So just be you, create what you want to create from your soul.
That's facts right there.
It was early summer, and the little adventures were sneaking up on a daily basis. And on one sunny day, two guys named Keith and Frank stopped by while on a road trip. They're damn good kids on my Patreon, and John and I thought we'd take them on a good old-fashioned Hilltown excursion.
All right, Kyle, are you ready, man?
Just about. I think I left one camera inside.
Oh, one camera. This is gonna be good and fun.
Ah, the lawn being mowed, smell of that.
I was saying that earlier today.
Yeah. We got two canoes here. We'll take the orange one, and then you guys, whichever.
The blue one's the smallest.
Yeah, okay.
I think we can just slide her right in there.
I'd say. Yep. Hell yeah. I didn't realize that these open. Of course they open. So we stopped by my parents' house to load up the canoes, and I introduced Keith and Frank to Hudson. And John collected the minnows out of the trap I had set up for him earlier in the summer to use for bait on our evening adventure.
This is such a funny metamoise. All over metamoise. You say it differently.
Mademoiselle, are you thinking?
Maybe.
And it wasn't until we were more than halfway to the pond that we realized we had forgotten something very important. Paddles. So we made do with what we had.
It's doing it, dude.
It really is working.
Yeah. All we gotta do is get to where we want to be and just anchor it perfect. How could you not want to be?
Pine bough, a cutting board tied to a stick with a canoe strap, a frying pan, and a broom. And I'm not gonna lie, we were moving pretty good. It really is kind of calm out here.
Watch all the fish going. So basically, guys, we want to go another 200 feet. Right here's the channel. The channel runs to that thing over there. Dude, everything's soaked back here. Hey! You couldn't see it. Hey! Come on out and photo with us. She's so impressive there, man. She's done impressed us.
I just don't want it to not hole. Our anchor was also makeshift.
It's loaded with fish. So those little gold one piece lures. There's a lot of trout and salmon in here, so.
And we got a bunch of worms, so whatever you want. You guys get the worms. Oh, here we go. Kind of figured. No, stock 50-pound salmon.
There's gotta be like at least a 35-pounder in here. Just wallowing away.
on the bottom 80 feet down.
Just looking up, hooked jaw and everything. Where do you guys want to go? Alright, it's deep here and it gets shallow here, so I think this is a good spot. But I'm wrong.
If it's shallow, I'm gonna throw it this way.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what, when I got that one before, is what you're saying, that you can look like and stand over there.
Very good. I'm not so bad now, aren't I? I left him in a truck.
Frank ended up catching one that night, but not a nibble for the rest of us.
I'll be back.
All right.
Don't you worry.
And the next day, we met the boys at John's property. The wildflowers were blooming like crazy, and we thought we'd try a little more fishing in the stream.
What's that?
Hey! Nice! You got him to go?
And then it was time for John to transfer his proud little John Deere to his full-time residence.
Get in the river, boys! I'm getting the river. He's in the
We ended up having a great time with Keith and Frank. There's no question they're damn good kids. I can always tell in my gut right away when I meet someone. And I know you two are watching right now, so I hope you're doing well. I love seeing my parents' yard change through the seasons. There's so many different blooms at different times of the year, and I have a newfound appreciation for studying the changes as they come. So far this summer, I've been able to connect with some of my oldest friends as well. We've had a few good nights together and a few good days on the lake.
Come on in, the water's great.
Say
Steve, Aunt, and I have all been friends since high school. But ever since we all started to grow up, we haven't all hung out as much. And finally, we organized a dinner at Steve's house together.
Ground was broke.
I'm marking it.
I can't push down.
You need shoes. I'm doing it in Crocs.
Alright, that's about as far as we'll get, I think. There's a root there, some dirt on the old soles.
Yeah, there it is, huh?
Oh, he's with the steel rig with him. Alright. Throw these bricks in here, you know?
Can't wait for the new shed.
That looks like a brand new steel rig.
Hey, well,
That's brand new.
where'd you pick that up?
Just down the way.
I've heard of that.
You had to wear a mask, huh?
Yep.
What do you think about all that?
Well. I know it. Like, is onions and the peppers are supposed to go in here? Is that the plan?
There's not, we need a bigger apparatus.
Hot?
Good though. Yeah.
Sheesh.
No, it's steak. Here, have a fiddlehead. hot, you know?
Very hot.
All right, try it out. These wings are looking good.
Yep.
No one's really a fan of the old drums. It's always wings.
Everyone's going for the wings.
Everyone these
They
days.
leave them behind.
Everything that's going on these days, you think they would transition? So wing game.
Well, I'm buying a jet ski and they give me a trailer, but I need a plate for it. You care if I borrow that?
Here's your plate.
Need more steak.
Need more steak?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Since our heydays, Steve had a child and ended up buying the house he grew up in. It's wild how time disappears without warning. And it rained after dinner, but we stayed under the hemlocks and talked.
A year ago today, I was there. Well, so it's funny because we're supposed to be in Florida right now. And so we booked 2 vacations together and have gone on 0. Yeah.
Well, you went on one of them.
Yeah, I did. You're right. All right.
These are the nights I live for. They're meant to be savored.
You know what I was thinking about the other night was when we were on the phone with Aunt and the whole, I don't know how it came about, but it was like, hamburger.
I love these guys and I always will. No matter how much time passes between seeing each other. And I've been checking in on the van. By now, it's looking like it might be ready just before fall. And one day John asked if I could help him with an errand.
Wow, she's no joke.
You guys got it?
Yeah, gotta bring a piano to Arlo Guthrie's son. He doesn't know we're coming.
I need a nip after this one. Put it down. All right, ready? Yep.
1, 2, 3.
It's my girlfriend.
So we picked it up, and it was heavy as hell. And we decided we'd take an alternate route to our destination, which led us over October Mountain. The same place I fell in love with my first serious girlfriend.
Oh my God.
Crate fishing.
What do you pull in, bass?
Big, huge amount. Pike and bass.
We stopped on the top, and John played, and we admired the view. To be honest, it felt otherworldly. I'll post some of the film photos on my Patreon this week. As it turns out, the piano had found the perfect home. Simon Guthrie is one of the best piano players I've heard in person. And once again, it was the spontaneous, last-minute adventure that will sit at the top of my mind when I think back on summer 2020. The planned ones are good. It's the unplanned ones that you never forget.
So, what's today? Monday? You're busy this week? It's Thursday. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Sounds good. You're in bed.
Probably gonna be too much engine noise to even hear me. We'll see. You guys are incredible. You really are. You're changing my life right in front of my eyes. Thank you so much for the support on the latest video. Thank you for subscribing, thank you for hitting thumbs up, for commenting, and thank you so much for buying the merch. The first ever Trout and Coffee merch. I mean, you guys really came through when I asked you to, and that's just amazing. And I said I was gonna have the summer merch ready for this Sunday, but it's taking longer than I expected, and the last thing I want to do is rush it. You should never rush something that you care about. It's always a balance of getting it done and doing it right, and you can say that done is better than perfect, but if it's something you're truly, truly passionate about, do it right. And that's how I feel with these videos too, is I'd rather not put one out than to rush one just for the sake of getting it done. That being said, I have a bunch of designs done, and I'm going to be working on a bunch more this week, and the merch is going to drop next Sunday, July 19th. Summer 2020 Trout and Coffee merch. I'm so excited about it. It's some of my favorite designs. Designing is one of my favorite things to do, whether it be the interior of a cabin or a home or whatever, or designing merchandise. I love it so much, I can't even explain it to you. All the different combinations of textures and colors and illustrations and words and fonts. I love it so much. I'm driving some of my favorite roads. I know them like the back of my hand, but I'm paying attention. This is kind of just like as if I were driving with a friend. But I don't want you to be nervous thinking I'm not watching the road. I'm watching the road. But I just really wanted to say thank you guys and give you a little update and let you know that the new merch is coming. The first edition Trout and Coffee merch will be available for this next week. But if you want any of the items before they're gone forever, they'll still be up for one more week. Man, these are really some of my favorite roads. It's Sunday morning. You're gonna be watching this at 8 o'clock tonight, and I'm just filming this final segment today. Life has been really busy lately, just been working so hard on Patreon and on merchandise and on all these videos and everything, putting everything I have into them. This is my life, and I want this more than anything. And you guys seem to understand that and appreciate that, and that means a lot to me. And but life has been busy because it's summer, and so, you know, you have your plans and you want to work a bunch, and then your friends show up at your door, and the way I see it is that you'll never get this time back, and at the end of the day it always comes down to balance, a balance of work and play, but you'll never get the time with your friends back. So I've been taking a lot of time with my friends and had some really great little adventures this summer, some unforgettable times. It feels fulfilling. It feels like summer should, given the state of the world and everything. And that's another thing. I hope you guys are hanging in there. I hope these videos can give you some peace in all this hecticness. But yeah, I just really wanted to thank you guys. You guys are an incredible family, and I'm grateful to have all of you. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button. You can hit the notification bell so that you'll be alerted anytime a new video drops. Don't forget to thumbs up the videos. It really helps with the algorithm and getting them seen. It just helps me be able to do this full time. Also, if you guys would be interested in doing some kind of Q&A, maybe I'll do a live stream on YouTube. I've never done a live stream. I'd be nervous, but it would be fun. So let me know in the comments. Also, let me know if you like the Sunday evening posts, because to me it feels the most natural, because there's definitely a lot of you that watch them in the morning, but a majority of the people watch them at night. They'll save them for the evening so that they can sit down after a full day and then watch the video before they go to bed. But let me know. Got a busy couple weeks coming up. Lots of big things happening at the cabin. Got some little adventures planned. Whoa! Here's a big machine right up here. That's almost the exact machine we're gonna have at the cabin to build the driveway. It's a little bit bigger. It's a 321, we're getting a 311. It's actually probably a lot bit bigger this, whatever. I put these little segments at the end of the videos so that if you don't want to watch, I mean, I guess this is technically an ad, right? This is an ad for my merchandise, for my channel, for my Patreon. Because when you buy merch and when you sign up for the Patreon, you just make the videos better. I can produce more content, I can make it better, I can spend more time doing this. Because at the end of the day, these videos are free. Oh, and by the way, my mom's Etsy, don't forget about that if you're ever interested in handmade chocolate coffee goods. Thank you for being a part of this family and for supporting me. Got a lot of great stories that I've filmed that I can't wait to show you. It's been a really simple summer, but really fulfilling, and couldn't ask for more. Look forward to showing you guys what's next.